Hello everybody. Just wanted to do a quick video here. Yes, the new Elders Manual is out, as some of you may have heard already. And I've also got a couple of other things to cover of what we're hearing of what is going on. And I want to thank everybody for, sending information and our source for sending this stuff to us. It wasn't just the Elders Manual. There's a whole bunch of other stuff with it. So thank you, sweetie. We appreciate it. We appreciate all your hard work and, the sacrifice. And those that leak this stuff to us, because they're basically putting their spiritual life on the line. So we appreciate, them doing this for all of us. Now, the first thing I went to when I got the Elders Manual was to see what they say about child abuse. Now, first I want to say that they say to call the, legal department or service department first. But I thought it was interesting that an entire chapter, now not just a few pages, an entire chapter is dedicated to the child abuse problem within the organization in the Elders Manual. So tell me they don't have a severe problem. Now, before I get into that, I wanted to say thank you for all of you who have sent me the May 2019 Study Watchtower, and you guys can go get it on jw.org, because there is an article on there, page 8, and it is called Love and Justice in the Face of Wickedness. And guess what? They're covering child abuse. Yeah, this is very, very telling, I think. Now, on paragraph 6, which would be page 9, I'm just going to read some of this. A sin against the congregation. Well, first it talks about a sin against the victim. Then it talks about the sin against the congregation. So first of all, they still consider it a sin instead of a crime. But paragraph 6, a sin against the congregation. When someone who is a part of the congregation becomes guilty of child abuse, he brings reproach on the congregation. How unfair that is to the millions of faithful Christians who are putting up a hard fight for the faith. How unfair that the rank and file doesn't even know about this problem within your organization. But you know what? I've gotten a lot of comments and messages and phone calls from Jehovah's Witnesses who are waking up. Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses, current ones in your organization, are contacting us and telling us about this article and says, Watchtower's finally admitting they have a problem. I don't know about that, but it is waking up Jehovah's Witnesses. We do not tolerate in our midst individuals who unrepentantly commit wicked deeds and who bring reproach on the good name of the congregation. What about if you don't believe him or the victim? 7. A sin against the secular authorities. Oh, this is going to be good. Christians are to be in subjection to the superior authorities. Romans 13:1. We prove our subjection by showing due respect for the laws of the land. Then how come you're not reporting these child abuse cases? I know of 3 here in New Mexico that are not reported to the secular authorities. And as soon as I find out who the pedophile is, I'm going to report him. We prove our subjection by showing due respect for the laws of the land. If someone in the congregation becomes guilty of violating a criminal law, okay, they're admitting it's a criminal law now, such as by committing child abuse, he is sinning against the secular authorities. While the elders are not authorized to enforce the law of the land, every citizen is authorized to enforce the law of the land and contact the authorities. What kind of garbage is this? Wow. They do not shield any perpetrator of child abuse from the legal consequences of his sin. The sinner reaps what he has sown. Boy, I wish that was really the truth, because in Watchtower you'd be just as guilty as the perpetrators. And like the video Mike and I just did over the weekend, your own literature. If the elders do not report this to the secular authorities on the child abuse, they're sharing in the perpetrator's sin. And also a watchtower. You're sharing in the perpetrator's sin by hiding it. 8, paragraph 8, above all, a sin against God. When a human sins against another human, he also sins against Jehovah. Consider an example of the law that God gave Israel. And then it goes on to talk about a man who has robbed or defrauded his neighbor. Now, I wanted to... now, chapter 14 in the Elder's Manual, child abuse. And there is several pages here. The subheadings are like legal considerations, congregation considerations, providing spiritual assistance to victims. Since when? I guess this is new light. Investigating allegations, judicial committee, restrictions, reinstatement, blah, 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 moving to another congregation, notification of secular authorities. So when scrolling through this, they give details. Now they do say here in the Elder's Manual, point number 6, under legal considerations, child abuse is a crime. In some jurisdictions, individuals who learn of an allegation of child abuse may be obligated by law to report the allegation to the secular authorities. To ensure that elders comply with child abuse reporting laws, 2 elders should immediately call the legal department for legal advice. When the elders learn of an accusation of child abuse, a call should be made even when both parents involved are minors. Both persons involved are minors. The elder should not ask an alleged victim, the accused person, or anyone else to call the legal department on the elder's behalf. And then it gives a whole list of, elders should call the legal department even in the following situations. Like it occurred many years ago, the alleged abuse is believed to be a repressed memory. There's a whole long list of 10 things. The legal department will provide legal advice based on the facts and the applicable law. If the individual who is accused of the child abuse is associated with your congregation, the 2 elders calling should provide the legal department with the individual's full name, date of birth, and if applicable, date of baptism. After speaking with the legal department, the caller will be transferred to the service department. Okay, then they have prison inmates. Who is either baptized or unbaptized, who has been accused of child abuse and who is now associated with a congregation. Child pornography and sexting, and then they have congregation considerations. Providing spiritual assistance to the victims. Like I said, investigating allegations. I did notice, though, that the victim themselves does not actually have to talk to the elders, that they can talk to the parents if it's a child. And as soon as after receiving assistance from the branch office, so you call the branch office first, and after receiving assistance from the branch office, and if the accused is a member of the congregation, the body of elders will appoint 2 elders to investigate. These elders should carefully follow scriptural procedures in the Bible-based direction in this chapter and in chapter 12. And she is not required to make her allegation in the presence of the alleged abuser. We've seen that at the Australian Royal Commission. So anyway, like I said, if I can figure out how to get a link to where everybody, can get this, I will let you all know. I don't want to put it actually on our website because we know what will happen. So, and this Elder's Manual happens to be 274 pages. That's interesting too. I just wanted to add in here that JW Leaks has the 2019 Secret Elders Manual, so I will put the link down to that below. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Now I also want to mention that we have heard from a very reliable source, thank you sweetie, that on February 2nd, Saturday, there was a special meeting at the Kingdom Hall, and all witnesses were asked to come to the meeting, that it was urgent. Now, the person that called us thought it was just for his county in his state, and I don't want to mention his state, but I went to some forums and I've talked to, those who are still, PMO, physically in but mentally out, and some of them had not heard about it, but someone said, yeah, I heard there was a special letter that was going to be read in Canada, and then someone else said, yeah, there was a special meeting in California on Saturday. So we're trying to find out what this meeting was about. Now, I did talk to somebody yesterday on the phone. It was great talking to you, sweetie. And he said that he had heard, we all know what the Q-scan is, right? That is this little thing right here. We all know those. But they have a scanner, and you can even get the app for your phone to scan those, to see like when packages are coming, or, you'll go to the store and they'll have a Q-scan so you can find out more information about the product, something like that. But he said that they were told that at the convention this summer, the lapel cards we used to all wear is going to have one of those Q-scans. Yeah. And I do not know if they are going to be checking everybody's Q-scans at the door, or if you're acting suspicious, or they think you're suspicious looking, like an apostate. They're going to go and see if you have, your Q-scan or what. So we just wanted to warn everybody to be careful, because we're hearing that this is what is going to be put in place here in the near future. And like I said, if you don't have that little Q-scan lapel card, you're going to be ejected, and they're probably going to call the police. The goon squad is going to surround you, because that's just what they do. But I just want to mention, how paranoid and how pathetic, because these assemblies and conventions used to be open to the public. Anybody off the street could just walk in. But it also tells what you crashers are doing. I believe that this is in direct response to all of you crashing these Kingdom Halls and assemblies and conventions. So you've cost Watchtower a lot of time, money, and aggravation. Good job, guys. And I think that is all I needed to cover this morning. So thank you, everybody, for your kind love and support. We appreciate it. Mike and I are just kind of tired and needing a break, so we're just going to kind of back off a little bit. And it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year, and it's just constant. The drama is just constant, and we're just tired of it. And, it's bad enough. We're trying to be focused on Watchtower. And then, we have somebody say, oh, but you don't see the predators behind you. Well, that kind of hurt my feelings, because I don't care about these predators. I don't view them as predators. Everybody should be careful. And, yeah, I want to be focused on Watchtower, because I don't have the time and energy to worry about all this other stuff going on. And that's one reason I left Facebook. So anyway, hope you all know where we're coming from. We hope you have a wonderful week, and until next time, bye.